Today on Scraps, we're making homemade potato gnocchi in a kale pesto with walnuts. First, let's clean our kale. By that, I mean pulling the leaves from the stalks, which are quite fibrous and not very delicious. Not much to it. Start from the bottom of the stalk and pull the leaves apart from it. Once you've cleaned your kale, give it a rinse under cold water. Next, we'll blanch the kale until it turns a bright green color. Blanching is when we cook something in salted boiling water for anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, then shock it in ice water to stop it from cooking further. This is going to help break down the kale a little bit and make it easier to blend into our pesto. In a blender, add the blanched kale, a couple of handfuls of roasted walnuts, then add a whole avocado, obviously not the skin. This is going to help make the pesto super creamy. A clove of garlic. Garlic powder is okay if you have that too. Add a quarter of a cup of water and a heavy pinch of salt and some black pepper. Kick on that blender and let it rip. It may need a little extra water to get it going. Just don't add too much. We'll be able to thin it out with our starchy pasta water at the end when we add it to the pan. Once you've tasted your pesto and are happy with it, set it aside. Next, you'll need some cooked potatoes. Make sure they're cooked long enough that they'll be easy to peel and then pass through a mesh strainer or a ricer if you have one. Add some salt, black pepper, and egg yolk, and slowly mix in a quarter of a cup to a half a cup of flour, depending on how much you need. Then it should come together and form a pasta dough. On a dry cutting board or countertop, with floured hands, adding a little flour, roll out your gnocchi dough and cut little dumplings. They should be about 1.5 to 2 inches. Oopsies. Don't worry, little fella. I got you. You're okay. Once all of your gnocchi are formed and ready, add them to your pot of salted boiling water, just the way you would for pasta. They will only take 2 to 3 minutes to cook. While that's cooking, add your pesto to a cold sauté pan and add a ladle or two of some of the starchy, salted water. After your gnocchi has cooked, using a slotted spoon, add them to your bright green pesto. Turn on the heat to medium-high and gently sauce them up. Add some grated Parmigiano Reggiano and a squeeze of lemon juice to add a little brightness.